everyone, and welcome to In 5 with Abby. What do you need to hear in under 5 minutes that can change your life? Well, stay tuned and let's hear what God has to say to us today. Be expectant for the new. This is the word of the Lord that I came with today. You have to be expectant for the new things that God is about to do in your life. And this is the season of the manifestation of the new in your life. Forget about what happened post-COVID. Forget about what happened during COVID. This is a new season. This is a new day. It's a new time. God has heard the cries of His people. God is answering His people. God is going to act on behalf of the righteous. God is going to move upon your life. He's going to move upon the situation. And the new is going to spring forth. The Bible says in the book of Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 18, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. Here's the thing. If you are still dwelling on former things, if you are still dwelling on the past, if you are still looking at the way you lived before, if you are still looking at all the good things you enjoyed, if you are still looking at all those things that caused you to rejoice in your past season, you will not be able to look at the new. Yes, we must be thankful for the things that we enjoyed, but God has greater things. God has better things. Your best days are still ahead of you. You ain't seen nothing yet. You have not seen everything that God can do. My God, He says in His word that you are loved. He says in His word that you are honored. He says in His word that you are His prized possession. You are His chosen generation, His royal priesthood, His holy nation. Why will He not move on your behalf? But then His word says that He's doing a new thing. He says this thing that I'm doing, it's springing forth, but you do not perceive it. That's what His word says here in Isaiah 43 and verse 19. It springs forth, but you do not perceive it. This is where we miss it as believers. We don't see that God is busy working. We don't see what God is busy doing. There is something new that is springing forth in your life. And the Bible says it springs forth now. It's not happening in years to come. It's happening now. Can you be expectant for it? You know what? We get so overwhelmed in the stuff that we go through. We get overwhelmed in sorrow. We get overwhelmed because of our financial situations. We get overwhelmed because of sickness. We get overwhelmed because of marriage issues, issues with children, issues in the community. We get so overwhelmed. We do not perceive. We do not see through the eyes of faith. We do not see through our spiritual eyes that God is really and truly doing something. God is working behind the scenes in the midst of all of this, and God is getting ready to do the new thing in your life. You have to be expectant for it. Right now, I believe that He's doing something new in His church. He's doing something new in our nation. He's doing something new in the nations of the world. My God, it's gonna spring forth. You have to be expectant. You have to be ready for it. And the Bible goes on to say that He's making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. Do you feel like it's such a dry place? Do you feel like it's a desert? Do you feel like it's a wasteland? My God, He knows how to make a way. You might have written that place off and said, this business is a desert. This business is not producing. I better give up, but because nothing is happening here. But I came to tell you that God is going to make a way right there. God is going to make a way in that desert. God is going to make a way in that dry place. Does it look like a wasteland? Does it look like nothing good can come out of it? Oh my God, God is able to cause it to rain on that wasteland. God is able to make it flourish and to grow again. My God, expect the new thing that God is doing. I'm reminded of the story of where the prophet prophesied that rain is coming, and he sent his servant out to look, and his servant came back and said, I see nothing. My God, but because the prophetic word was released, the rain came. You may not see it, but I'm releasing the prophetic word today. The prophetic word is being released. God is doing the new thing in your life. Be expectant for it. There's going to be a new thing in your finances, a new thing in your health, a new thing in your family, a new thing in your business, a new thing in your church, a new thing in our nation. God is going to do a new thing, and it is springing forth now. Be expectant for it. He is doing it now. So this is me, Abby Reddy, saying I love you. I'm praying for you. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place for In 5 with Abby. Shalom.